Good morning, everybody, and welcome to The Balancing Act. We are so glad you joined us this morning. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverdi.
You know, as moms, we really are always concerned about what we're feeding our family. And today I'm sitting down with a female rancher, she's very cool, to talk about the misconceptions of antibiotics used in our cattle. It's a really interesting topic.
Great information. Plus, cystic fibrosis, it affects people from all walks of life and all age groups. And one company is dedicating itself to meeting the demands of CF patients. These two gentlemen are really moving mountains.
Wonderful. And that and a lot more on The Balancing Act. It all starts right now.
In the world of healthcare and medicine, it's always important to highlight successful new businesses that focus on patient care improvements. Joining us this morning for this Behind the Mystery Series segment today are Mike Schultz and Dan Blakely, co-founders and managing partners of Foundation Care, a pharmacy company committed to customized care and treatment for cystic fibrosis patients. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dan. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Mike, let's start with you. First, let's talk about cystic fibrosis and what it is.
Cystic fibrosis is a life-threatening genetic disorder that affects mainly the lungs and digestive systems of patients in the United States. And as far as CF goes, there's about 30,000 patients in the U.S., of which, as of this year, about half of them are over the age of 18 and the other half are under the age of 18.
Which I know for a fact is a huge difference from way back when, where the lifespan was much shorter, wasn't it?
Absolutely. When, as Dan and I can attest to, back in 2004, when we started, well, how many patients did we start with?
We started with one patient.
Wow. And now?
We have over 6,000 patients we service.
Wow. And quickly, who does it affect? Men, women?
Men, women equally, and generally of Northern European descent.
Okay. Dan, you started the company, you just mentioned it right now, in 2004. It's called Foundation Care. I know it says here you have clear objectives. What are those?
Well, when Mike and I started the business in 2004, our focus was to provide the highest quality service to patients as a pharmacy that wasn't available other places, especially to these cystic fibrosis patients. So that was the goal, is to exceed their expectations from a pharmacy.
And I'm sure doctors benefit as well, too, right?
All the healthcare providers do. The doctors, the physicians, the dietitians, the respiratory therapists, the social workers. We provide services to help us become an integral part of that healthcare team.
Now, Mike, you're in charge of the new business development at Foundation Care. How does that translate into patient care?
Well, it's business development in a pharmacy is a little bit different, but when we do business development, we have a reputation because of the number of patients that Dan mentioned that we have under CF Care, where we have pharmaceutical manufacturers, we have device manufacturers, and we have CF centers that look to us when they have new products or services that they'd like to come bring to market or offer to the patient. So what we do is we work with them very closely, and then what it offers to our patients, obviously, is that they have access quickly, very, very quickly to these products and services because of what we're able to do there.
And Dan, I was seeing here the term high-touch service is a phrase throughout Foundation Care. What is it exactly?
Foundation Care built our model on high-touch services, and what that means is from the very moment we receive the prescription from the physician's office, we reach out to the patient and communicate with them on what's going to happen. Our reimbursement team works to optimize the benefits to the patient. The pharmacists themselves reach out to the patients to talk to them, not only about the drugs, but the devices they may be utilizing, and even down to our logistics team that makes sure packages arrive where they're supposed to on time.
It's really customized.
It is, very truly.
I was seeing here this cute little panda, and I know in the book he has cystic fibrosis. Who is he, and tell me the story behind him.
Our panda, Hiigh, is the star of the series of coloring books that we created to help patients and their family members learn a little bit about CF. We have mothers that request these for their kids that are in school that they share with the other kids in the classroom, just so they can educate the other people around their child to what CF is and the treatment and how they can all work together.
And help educate them and understand it and
Correct.
live with it as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Dan, to clarify here, because what I'm hearing is this is so customized where probably if I needed medication or a family member of mine, going to the local drugstore next door is not going to be the same as going to Foundation Care. Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Well, that's a good point. The local drugstore has very good quality healthcare providers.
Sure.
But they treat a multitude of diseases. Foundation Care's expertise, one of our expertises is in cystic fibrosis, and we take care of over 6,000 cystic fibrosis patients. So because of that, we have available to us medications and devices. They're not even available to a local corner drugstore, which become very important components in the care of that cystic fibrosis child.
And shipped overnight?
And shipped overnight anywhere in the country.
That's huge. Mike, you've developed a go-to guide. Tell me what that is.
Well, we recognize through the years that we've been working with CF patients, there wasn't really one source for information on CF. So we created this go-to guide that has information on the disease, information on the drugs, information on the devices that these patients use. But not only that, we tried to expand on it just to give them additional information for their family and friends. And it would include stuff like listing of websites that you can go to for different types of CF-type services, videos that are available, and then even scholarships for CF-related patients for college and education.
That's wonderful. And Dan, for anybody who would like more information, what's the website that they can look up?
Foundcare.com, FOUNDCARE.com, or they can email us at help@foundcare.com.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. You're helping so many people. Appreciate your time. And if you'd like more information on this rare and genetic disease, click on thebalancingAct.com or log on to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act Fans.
Common Ground is a grassroots movement fostering conversation among women from small towns to big cities. It's about farm women engaging with consumers everywhere, enlightening us about our food and food sources. America is not only the producer of the tastiest, but healthiest and safest food in the world, from healthy vegetables to healthy beef. U.S. agriculture remains #1. And with us today, Kelsey Pope, a multi-talented woman, is here to share the latest Common Ground from down on the farm and the ranch. Kelsey, welcome. We're so glad to have you on the show.
Thank you.
You do it all. You're a mom, you're a rancher, you're a blogger. I want to know how you got into ranching and also know how your latest passion is really blogging. Tell me about those two things.
I'm a 4th-generation family rancher. My family raises Red Angus cattle on the plains of eastern Colorado, and I ranch with my parents and my husband and my son, who's hopefully the 5th generation.
Wow.
I started my blog actually when I was in college. My college roommate was a city girl and knew nothing about agriculture, and she was really interested though and wanted to know a lot more. And so I thought if she was really interested, there's probably a lot of other people that are too. So I started my blog, Ag on the Forefront, simply answering her questions, and it's really grown to be my passion, just talking about agricultural issues as well as just life on the ranch.
You're a rancher, but you're also a volunteer for Common Ground. Tell me a little bit about that organization.
Common Ground's a great organization. It allows for conversations for women from farms to cities about where our food comes from. The National Corn Growers Association, United Soybean Board, and their state affiliates all started Common Ground to give farm women and ranch women the opportunity to talk to our consumers about how we raise food. We're volunteer farm women from all across the country. We represent all facets of agriculture, and we just want to be a resource because we're moms. We're putting food on the table just like everyone else. And so we want to just be a resource to these consumers, helping them answer questions, because we know that there are things about raising food and labels on foods that they have questions, and we don't want them to have fear in their food.
And I love your slogan, you don't have to fear your food.
Yes, that's right.
Now, as a rancher, I want you to shed some light for me and for our viewers about the use of antibiotics in cattle and what are the health benefits of that.
Right, so on our ranch we have a herd health program, and that starts with vaccines to prevent disease, but then just like we get sick, animals can get sick too. So sometimes it's necessary to treat them. We'll give them an antibiotic for an injury or if they're sick from a bacterial infection, and this is the most common reason why any rancher would use antibiotics. We work closely with our veterinarian. We find out what's wrong with the animal, and we follow the label and dosing instructions on the antibiotic, which are approved by the FDA. There are other forms of antibiotics that help animals to grow more efficiently, but the whole reason that we as ranchers use antibiotics is just to give us a healthy animal, because we want to provide our consumers with healthy, safe, and nutritious beef.
Sure. And so what role does the FDA play in the use of antibiotics?
The FDA regulates the approval and use of all antibiotics in food animals. There's a stringent process. It's the same testing for human medicine as it is for animal medicine. Wow. Each antibiotic has a withdrawal time, and that means from when they're given the antibiotic until it's out of their system. And the maximum time is 28 days. So the FDA assures us that our meat is safe, that there's going to be no antibiotic residue. And that's really important to me as a rancher, because I want to continue to earn the respect and trust of not only our meat buyers, but also our consumers, for all of us who we're providing safe, nutritious beef for.
I hear you. Where does this misconception come from that ranchers or farmers are pumping, their cattle with antibiotics?
So as a rancher, I take great pride in raising our animals, and if we don't take care of our animals, they're not going to take care of us. So our family's ranch is our business, it's our livelihood, and antibiotics can be expensive. So we're going to do everything possible to make sure that that animal is healthy, but never are we going to give them more than they need, because it simply isn't a good business practice. And healthy animals are the basis of a healthy food supply, and it's my commitment to provide top-notch quality meat. And I want to continue to do that with top-notch animal care.
And how can we keep our food safe if, say, some bacteria is resistant to the antibiotics?
So I know this is an issue that some consumers are concerned about, but there's been no conclusive evidence showing that antibiotic-resistant bacteria comes from the meat that we eat. There are occasional cases of foodborne bacteria, and that can be killed by being cooked and handled properly. So if we are all making sure to cook our food thoroughly using a meat thermometer, keeping our cooked and raw food separate so that that bacteria doesn't transfer, and then also getting our fresh food and chilled food into the fridge as soon as possible really is our key to food safety.
Well, Kelsey, thank you so much for stopping by and debunking some of those misconceptions that are out there. And where can our viewers go to find out more about Common Ground?
They can go to findourcommonground.com or to my blog, agontheforefront.com.
Okay, great. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Great information.
Thank you.
And if you'd like additional information on today's food topic, we invite you to visit us at thebalancingact.com or share your thoughts, ideas, or concerns at Facebook.com/The Balancing Act Fans. Let's face it, when it comes to must-have technology like smartphones, the last thing we want or need is another costly service contract. Elizabeth Little, Director of Marketing for Arulu Technologies, is here again with more tips on how to save. It's so great to see you again.
It's great to be here, Julie.
All right, tell us what's going on with these crazy, expensive service contracts and how do we avoid them?
Well, to avoid signing a costly contract, buy a phone that's sold unlocked, then have your service provider set it up for you. That way you'll be free to cancel or change service at any time. And that's what Irulu offers, is a beautiful range of unlocked Android smartphones.
And what else makes these a must-have?
Well, every detail is designed with a woman's needs in mind. They're beautifully styled, and they come in a variety of colors and finishes. They have powerful cameras in the front and rear to capture your special moments beautifully, and their bright, vivid screens display those images really well. They are very thin and lightweight without sacrificing on battery life or durability. And moms love kid mode. That allows kids to play on the phone without disrupting what's already there.
All right, how about the cost?
They're highly affordable. The Irulu Universe family starts at $99, and the Victory family starts at $129. You can save 20% today on irulu.com with promo code TBA20.
TBA20. And where can viewers purchase the phones?
Well, they can see the full collection on irulu.com, and Irulu is also available on eBay, Amazon, and Newegg.
Elizabeth, always great to see you. I love this phone. My kids are going to love this phone. It's really cool and sleek and very pretty. And you can also visit us to find out more about great deals in technology at thebalancingact.com or get social, log on to Facebook.com/The Balancing Act Fans. Love this.
Portions of today's program are brought to you by Irulu, makers of quality tablets and smartphones that fit the family budget. Irulu, today's hottest technology without the high price.
We hope you learned a little something on today's show.
And remember, we've got lots more information on our website, thebalancingact.com.
Check out our Facebook page, like us, tweet us.
There you go. Until next time, remember, find your balance. So long, everybody.